nervous. This is my second COP. Let's just say I hope it goes better than this packet. I really do. My name is Rashauna Adams-Matthew. I'm 25 years old and I'm from Antigua and Barbuda.
Thank you.
I was 23 when I attended my first COP. You don't see a lot of young people, especially a lot of young women in negotiations.
Oh, shit. I think this will teach me to try to come on time. If I do miss this meeting, I'm gonna be in trouble. It took us over 30 minutes, so nearly 40 minutes just to walk through. It's another long walk to go. It's 11:10. We're an hour and 10 minutes late. It has not been a great start at all.
Antigua is in what we call the Eastern Caribbean. If you look at a map, you'll see these like small, long string of islands. Antigua is one of those tiny, tiny little dots that's right there. My job is to ensure that when we're talking about issues like climate change or the environment, we're talking about the persons that are going to be most affected. We historically have issues when it comes to hurricanes, flooding, sea level rise is a threat. Hurricane Irma is one of the worst impacts I think we have faced. The entire island had to be evacuated. This was the first time the island of Barbuda had been empty for over 300 years. It was terrifying. We just sit and pray that people live after this. For me, the most heartbreaking thing was just seeing everybody packed onto the boat, leaving their homes, their animals, everything behind. That was like an image of Irma that will stay in my mind forever. At one point, aren't we all going to just have to get up and leave? Just getting in. There's some conversations going on with loss and damage. I think it's a lot more traction than I was expecting. This is only day 2, so we have a lot more days to go. But this is shaping up to be interesting. Loss and damage, the general concept is the biggest emitters are paying the smallest emitters, those who are expected to suffer the most, the damage from their actions. It's not adaptation. Adaptation meaning you're preparing people for a coming disaster. Loss and damage is saying the damage has already been done. At previous climate conferences, even the term loss and damage in negotiation was unheard of. People did not want to talk about it at all. You cannot have climate action without climate justice. And a part of climate justice is loss and damage because it recognizes that you did wrong and you need to pay for it. The UK government has made somewhat of a commitment to loss and damage. Scotland have made some commitments towards loss and damage. So countries seem to be acting individually. It's intense, it's frustrating, I need a beer.
Yo! How was it? Give me your best Scottish accent.
I mean Scotland, I think that's it.
I'm trying to smile, but I'm so tired. Today's Wednesday the 10th. Technically, we have one more day to go. So far, there is recognition of loss and damage and the proposal for a committee that will establish, I guess you can say, the financing mechanism. I'd hope that we would see a lot stronger language.
At COPs, it takes years just to even get a decision text sometimes. Persons aren't willing to go that far in terms of financing.
As Harjit mentioned, that we are talking about climate.
It's not about developing countries coming and begging for money, which is when you're in negotiations sometimes that is how they act. We're talking about the people that are suffering through no fault of their own and how it is we can compensate them for that suffering.
The marathon talks ended in a compromise.
I apologise for the way this process has unfolded.
A sense of disappointment that so many compromises were made.
We need to pay reparations
the damage we've caused.
There's been a serious pushback from some countries about having loss and damage separate from adaptation. To say we got climate justice would definitely be a no. I never think of it as a failure because it's an indictment on everybody that's there. We're now ready to ensure that we have as much as possible a strong package going into COP27. I hope that for small islands like ours, that we are more equipped when it comes to the change that is rapidly coming. The clock is ticking.